everybody, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel and happy new year. We made it, y'all. We made it to 2021. Man, I mean, golly, 2020 was just, it was horrible. I mean, it was horrible for a lot of people. There were obviously some good moments, for some, but overall the year just kept going downhill all the way from January all the way to December with all the people that we lost. And it's crazy because a lot of people have been saying that in 2020, like as soon as Kobe Bryant passed away, that's when everything went downhill. But y'all forget, there was a lot of stuff that happened before Kobe Bryant passed away that was kind of signaling that 2020 was going to be rough. Of course, that was like the biggest thing. But as soon as 2020, like when we got into like the first couple of days into 2020, Australia had like horrible wildfires that they were dealing with. And then, you had the whole World War III conversation happening. Like, a lot had happened before even that happened. So then, of course, when he passed away, everything just went downhill. And then a lot of the bad things that happened, like, there's a lot of stuff that happened, like, in the world. But then there's also stuff that, we've dealt with, on a personal level. Like, for me, like, I had lost somebody to cancer back in February of 2020, and a lot of people have dealt with personal things. And so just to say that we survived that year is an accomplishment. And if you're still here living and breathing, like, you should give yourself like a round of applause, a pat on the back, because 2020 was hard. I mean, it was hard on a lot of people mentally. It got to a lot of people mentally. A lot of people got sick. I got sick. I had COVID, and I also made a video about my experience with COVID. So you guys want to check that out. I talk about like everything that happened, week by week, my symptoms, how I recovered, and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a lot. But I also know too, a lot of people had highlights of 2020 as well, despite everything bad that happened. Just like graduated from college. A lot of people did that. Graduated from high school. I do feel kind of bad for the people that are in high school. For me, looking back, I can see that a lot of that stuff that was important to me wasn't that important. But I understand that when you're in high school, a lot of that stuff is important, like being able to walk across the stage and going to prom. Like, prom just didn't happen for a lot of people. So it's unfortunate and it sucks. And but we're in 2021. I don't really know what to expect for this year. I might be in the minority of people who feel like 2020 just isn't going to be that much better than 2020. I just don't know what to expect, and I don't want to get my hopes up too much, because I know that the likelihood of 2021 being us going back to like a normal way of life just doesn't seem realistic right now, especially because like the COVID numbers are still high. And there's a whole new strand out there of coronavirus that, they're trying to tackle. So, I don't know what to expect. 2021 might be part 2 of 2020, or it might get significantly better now that we, have new people in office, and there's a vaccine out there that it seems like people are starting to trust it a little bit more. We'll see how effective that is, especially against this new strand of COVID. But yeah, like I'm happy that we're finally out of 2020. And now, even if we are going to continue living this new normal, at least we kind of know what it looks like now, and we can kind of handle it a little bit better. Of course, everybody has like their New Year's goals and resolutions. I know a lot of people don't believe in resolutions because they either don't stick with them, or they just don't believe in doing resolutions. For me, I always like to set goals for myself. Even if I do end up forgetting, I still want to have, you know, goals for myself. So I wrote some down. I did post them. I posted them on my Instagram and my Twitter because I was because normally when the end of the year kind of, you know, comes up, I do like to talk to people about their goals. Like, I like to talk about like goals and goal setting with people. But I didn't really feel like I had anyone to do that with, and so I kind of just put it out there on social media, and I was asking people to talk about like their goals and stuff, and of course, no one did. um, so you know, but I'm gonna still talk about my goals in this video, and please comment down below what your goals are, because I do like to hear what other people's goals are. I know people have this thing, because I was saying this too. I feel like every time I post something, I then see people either posting or retweeting stuff that kind of goes against that. Because I saw a lot of people saying like, oh, I would never post my goals because you never know who's preying on your downfall. And it's like, okay, but like, I mean, obviously I have stuff that I didn't put out there, but I feel like the stuff that I put out there were kind of like a given. Like, obviously I want my YouTube channel to grow. Obviously I want my business to grow. So I just, you know, I put it out there. But I get it. I get why people may not want to put it out there. But also too, people say all the time that you should manifest what you want. So I thought that was kind of like a part of me wanting to manifest it. Like, I even saw people who had tweeted in the beginning of 2020 that they wanted to reach a certain goal, and then they were able to quote that tweet at the end of the year that they had actually reached that goal. So I feel like it is a part of manifesting, but I do understand that people want to keep that stuff private. But anyway, so I separated my goals from life goals and personal goals. You could say that's like the exact same thing, but I just didn't know what to categorize it as. But I just didn't feel like they all fit under the same like category. And so for me, life goals, I put to graduate from college in the fall. So right now, I'm really trying to figure out, because I want to be done. Like, I want to be done with college, but I'm kind of like struggling a little bit because I feel like a lot of my college experience was taken from me because of COVID. And so I miss being on campus. I miss that college experience, and like I want to go back, but I'm also running out of time. And it's like, do I prolong my classes just to get that college experience back, or do I just say screw it, it happened, and let me just go ahead and graduate as soon as possible? So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and graduate as soon as possible, because I've been so sick and tired of school. Like, I've been sick of school like a long time ago. But school also is something that I thrive at, and I enjoy the experience of school, but I don't enjoy like taking classes and having homework and having tests, because I feel like too, a lot of these like classes, or at least tests, like I just don't do well on tests anymore. In high school I used to get like straight A's all the time, but in college it's been really hard, because it's like you study and you do the best that you can, but I feel like lately the grades that I end up getting in the end, they don't ever match the amount of work I put into it. It just becomes very, very frustrating, and it has made me want to quit a couple times, but I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna finish. But I do have a goal to graduate in the fall right now, and I'm still trying to get my schedule figured out too, because for some reason it's not letting me sign up for certain classes, because it's saying that I need to pass a class before I take it. But I've already passed the class in the fall, so they should let me take the class that I need in the spring. So I'm going to get that all figured out soon. But as it stands right now, if I take a full load, and a full load in my opinion is 15 credits. A lot of people look at 15 credits as not that much, but it is, especially considering the types of classes that you take too. Like, I know a lot of people, they'll take like 18 to 20 credits. That's a lot. I mean, if you can handle it, then go for it, but I still think 15 is a lot, but whatever. If I take 15 next semester, so spring semester, one class over the summer, and then another 15 in the fall, I'll be done. As long as I, pass my classes and stuff like that, I'll be finished. And so I think that's what I want to do. It's a little bit frightening because that means that I'm also gonna have to kind of figure out my life quicker. I'm gonna have to, look for like a actual job, even though I had an actual job, but whatever, an actual job, and start becoming more, independent, moving out, my own car, like own apartment, like all that is gonna come the sooner that I graduate. So, but yeah, that's, potential goal of mine. And also YouTube. I want to become monetized on YouTube. At the very least, I want 1,000 subscribers, at the least. So then that way I can just worry about my watch hour requirement. So yeah, if you guys, watch my videos, I would love if you guys, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. But please try to watch majority of the video. That actually means more to me than views. I mean, views are, I won't say they're super easy to get, but views don't really count when it comes to being monetized on YouTube. It's watch hours. And so, when I post like a 20-minute video and you guys are only watching 2 or 3 minutes of it, is prolonging the process. So if you guys can like take the time to watch the video all the way through, even if that means that you watch a little bit of it, one day and then you finish it another day, like that counts. But I really would love you if you guys could watch like majority of the video so it can actually like count. But yeah, so definitely that. Also becoming monetized on Twitch, becoming a Twitch affiliate. I want to do gaming more. The whole gaming thing has been a struggle because I love playing video games. If I could do that full time, I would love to. But gaming is such a hard thing to get into now because I feel like everyone's doing it, and a lot of the gamers that are like that already have success from it, those are kind of like the go-to people that people watch, especially when new games come out and stuff like that. Like people like, Dashie, Corey Kenshin, Jacksepticeye. PewDiePie doesn't really do gaming like that. Not like he used to. He kind of just does whatever he wants now, which is, fine. But yeah, like people kind of already have their favorite, so it's really hard. Like YouTube is super hard to get into with gaming. And Twitch has its potential, but again, like Twitch is one of those, it's kind of like YouTube. You kind of had to get into it early because now everyone's trying to do it. And the issue that I'm having that like with Twitch was an amazing platform for small creators to actually get seen and to actually grow their platform. But now it's like all these celebrities and stuff are coming over to Twitch. People who already had a super large following on YouTube are coming to Twitch, and they're kind of taking in all like majority of the audience. And so it's again making it harder for smaller content creators to grow because you have all these people who already have an audience coming over and making the competition that much harder. So I don't know, I'm trying to keep hope alive with this whole gaming thing. I'm hoping that one day I can actually have like a whole like gaming room and a whole setup to make it like easier for me to make content, because right now I'm just like all over the place with it because I keep having like technical difficulties, and then the lighting, and people can say what they want, but a lot of times people won't watch you unless you have like super high quality stuff. And so, it's really hard. But yeah, that is a goal of mine, to become an affiliate on Twitch as well. And also too, again, like I said, I want my business, my clothing business, to thrive. I've been doing like actual paid advertising more, and I have been getting people visiting my website, but they aren't necessarily purchasing. But some of them are like, signing up for the newsletter and stuff like that. So, again, like once I save up some more money that I could put towards that, I think I'll see more growth. But I do think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go into influencer marketing because regular paid marketing just doesn't work unless you have like a ton of money for it. So yeah, I'm working on that, and I'm hoping too that I just get some more eyes on my clothing business. I feel like no one cares. Like no one cares about my clothing line. Someone just asked me today about my makeup line again, and it's like it's weird. It's people are weird with like whether or not they choose to support you or not. It's just weird, and it's a little discouraging when I see people that I know who know I have a business and they'll share someone else's business that's like in the same industry as mine, or in a different industry, and I'm just like, so like why can't I get that same support? Like why can't y'all repost my stuff? Like even the giveaway, like no, like I don't understand what is it gonna take for people to participate in a giveaway where you're getting something for free. It's like I don't understand where all the pushback is coming from. And it does make me feel like it's my designs. But I don't feel like that anymore. Because one, my designs have improved like dramatically. And when I was getting feedback from people, because I was asking people, I'm like, so like what is it about the designs? Like what makes you not want to wear this? And people gave me all kinds of different reasons. I even have people give me like contradicting reasons, like people saying that, you know, my designs were too like out there, they need to be a little bit more simpler, just have words on it, don't have anything extra on it. I did that, still nothing. So then I started doing so then it went from that to, oh, your designs are too basic, no one's gonna pay those prices and your designs are basic. So I started adding a little bit more to it, and it was like the same thing. So I don't know what I have to do to get a sale from someone that I know. I know, you know, I shouldn't care, and that, you know, maybe the people that I know aren't my target audience, but I see like the type of stuff that my friends are buying and it looks similar to my stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know. And a lot of times too, it be strangers. Like I be on Twitter and I'll see businesses blow up like from Twitter, and then all of a sudden, you know, people that I know are like, oh, I need to go ahead and get this because everyone's talking about it. And it's like, how about supporting the people that you know? But anyway, that's a whole nother video. I'm not gonna get into it. So anyway, oh, and the last thing too, find a new job. Yeah, for just find a new job. So personal goals, right? So I have personal goals. These goals I consider like more like internal goals that I want to have for myself. The first one being to be able to trust people again. Like I just don't trust people. Like I have a lot of people that I'm cool with, but I just don't trust anybody. And I think it's because too, I just keep seeing stuff like a lot of, and it's hard. Like and I'm saying this as a female. It's so hard being friends with other females because, and not everyone is like this, but just a lot of females are just so like calculated, and it's like it's hard being friends when you have people that are like, I don't know, I feel like it's hard because a lot of people like they focus on like making all these connections and meeting all these people, but they don't ever value like real true friendships. Like a lot of people are just like real secretive. A lot of people are users. Like I just seen a lot of people who will try to like use you for certain things, but then they don't ever want to help nobody out. And again, people are secretive. Like maybe you try to like open up to someone, but then they don't ever want to open up to you, or they only want to talk about one thing. Like I have friends who only want to talk about school. I have friends that only want to talk about business. They don't want to talk about anything personal, which again is fine. But I don't know. Like I just like making friends. I like making connections, and I don't mind being open with people. But I feel like a lot of people have a hard time like opening up and making like true friendships with people, a lot of times too because maybe they already have like their set group of friends, so they're not looking for new friends. But for me it's hard because I just feel like I just can't trust people, because it's like, I don't know, it's just it's it's complicated. It's complicated because it's like I'll have friends that, yeah, like I can like reach out to them and talk to them about stuff, but they also refuse to support my business. Or I have friends that'll support my business, but every time I message them or text them, they don't respond. Like it's a lot, and I know a lot of that stuff is minor, but because of all of the trauma I went through in high school with friends and stuff, I just have a hard time trusting people because I don't want to find myself in another situation where I'm like giving my all to my friends and it's not being reciprocated and it's not being appreciated, and then it's just like, oh, okay, I'm going to keep, Briante around so she can, be there for me, and then when I get tired of her I could just throw her away, because that's pretty much what everyone does. Every time I get close to people, I don't know, it's like a switch. It's like every time I get close to people, they start finding things to not like about me, and then they just start distancing themselves from me. So that's why I've been kind of keeping my distance from people, and I don't want to be like that, but I'm also trying to protect myself and my heart. So I don't know, I'm hoping that this year in particular I'm able to have trust in people again, because right now I don't trust nobody with nothing, no type of information. Like I can't. Not right. Not I want to, but again, I've seen things. I've seen the way people kind of move. Cause there's been people too that I've opened up to, and then they just started acting different. So I don't know. Um, but also too, of course, I want to be able to continue to put myself first. I really started practicing that last semester because I hate saying no. I hate saying no to people, but I really had to start saying no to people because a lot of the stuff that people wanted from me, I either wasn't comfortable with, or I just felt like they weren't doing enough on their end for me to do that. Like when people kept asking me to send them free stuff, I had to start being like, no, you can buy it, I can give you a discount, but I'm not going to keep sending people stuff for free. Like you're going to have to show me that you support it in the very least before I consider giving you something for free. Or even like during like the semester, like with virtual school, a lot of people assumed that because school was virtual, that they assumed that everyone had all the time in the world to do stuff. Like, and I noticed too that people would try to find like every little minute of every day that you had available to do something for them. So that's when I really had to start being like, no. Like I had to take days off for myself and for my self-care and for my mental well-being, to be like, no, I need a mental health day. And people for some reason didn't feel like that was a thing during virtual school, but it is. And so I found myself a lot of times where, because again, and this was like a rare case too, because I talked to a lot of people and I don't know anyone that, sorry y'all, I had ran out of storage, so I just deleted some stuff. But yeah, like so I found myself like, if someone asked me to go to a meeting or something. Oh, no, I was talking about my schedule. So my schedule. So again, I don't know anyone else that had this issue, but for me, I had homework, and usually it was multiple assignments a day. I had homework and stuff that was due every single day of the week except Saturday. So I had homework due on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday was the only day of the week that I did not have homework. And so you can imagine how, and again, online classes and online school or whatever, those the workload was like 3 times more than it normally is. And so all of my homework assignments took me hours to do. And because I had homework due every single day, I couldn't work on stuff early. Like, I mean, yeah, I could work on stuff early on Saturday, but that was my break. Like, I needed that mental break. And so it was hard because I just was constantly staying up late, constantly scrambling to get assignments in, and it just was a lot because again, a lot of professors, they seem to forget or neglect the fact that we have multiple classes. Their class is usually not the only one that we're taking, but they assign enough homework as if that is the only class that we're taking. And so they assign all this work and they're like, "Oh, you have a week to work on this." Not really. I don't have a full week to work on anything because I have all these other assignments. And so I kid you not, the entire semester just scrambling, trying to get assignments in every single day. So when Saturday came, I'm like, man, I don't even want to look at my computer. Like, I just want to take a break. I want to take a breather so I can refresh and be ready for the next week coming in. But for a lot of the, like, if you're like in a club or something, sometimes they'll ask you to send in your schedule so they can see where in your schedule you're free at. I hate that because, like, yeah, sure, I may have some free time or whatever, but that might be my time to eat, my time to catch up on sleep. Like, all my free time is not available to other people. And so I do appreciate when it's like a case by case situation where it's like, okay, this event is coming up, who can make it? And a lot of times in those situations, if I wasn't too stressed out, I just would always go. If I was free, I would always just go ahead and try to make it. But there were just some days where I just was so mentally drained and didn't even want to be at those meetings, where I just eventually just started saying no. Even if I was available to go to the meetings, I just had to say no because I just needed a breather. Like, I just was so mentally exhausted. And I also would get annoyed too because, I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, you can't spread yourself too thin. You gotta take care of yourself and give yourself a break. Like, it's so important. And so I'm gonna continue practicing that next semester and just in this next year, to put myself first. And if I feel overwhelmed, I'm not gonna continue to keep taking on stuff. But that's not healthy. I also want to continue to do things out of my comfort zone. I did that quite a bit towards the end of last year. I started doing things that I probably just wouldn't do, things that made me feel uncomfortable, but I feel like it made me grow as a person. Even with YouTube, like, me doing YouTube is me doing something out of my comfort zone. I started YouTube because I felt like I just didn't have a voice, and I wanted to speak my mind and talk to people and not feel silenced. And so that's why I started YouTube, and now I've become so good at, like, talking to a camera, talking to an audience. Like, it's really helped me. And so I want to continue to do things that push me out of my comfort zone. I don't want to be scared to do things that I wouldn't normally do, because I do end up, I don't remember a time where I did something out of my comfort zone and I regretted it. And so I want to continue to do that, for myself, so I can continue to grow as a person. Also, I want to, of course, start working out, eating healthier. I feel like everyone says that every year, but I really have been trying to change up what I eat, especially after I had that whole allergic reaction situation. And also my skin has just been horrible the past couple months, and it's usually not this bad. So I think I need to just start eating differently, because I drink soda, I eat a lot of fried food. I eat a lot of food that's just not healthy for me, and so I'm trying to incorporate stuff little by little. I want to start making smoothies every single day, and so I'm trying to work on that. And I do want to work out because I have been gaining quite a bit of weight from quarantine and this pandemic. And I don't know, I hate that I can't wear certain things anymore. Like, I used to be a toothpick in high school, and now it's like I can't even wear crop shirts anymore because my stomach is just like out of this world. So yeah, I'm looking into doing that, but I want to also work out in my way. I'm not gonna be unrealistic and say I'm gonna hit the gym every week. Not doing that. in college I used to do like these dance Zumba classes with my roommates. Sometimes I really like that as a form of workout. And there's even like some game, like not, well, yeah, games and stuff like on the Wii and the Nintendo Switch where it makes you move around. So I just want to move around more. Like when I'm in the house all the time, just sitting around eating, not moving around much. So I just want to find ways to move around more in my own house. And lastly, I want to start wearing less makeup. For me, I've been wearing like a lot of makeup for a while, and it's not that I don't like wearing makeup. I love wearing makeup. I hate why did the lights just blink? That was weird. But yeah, like I normally wear a lot of makeup, and I hate taking it off. I hate taking off my makeup. And sometimes I just don't feel like wearing it, but I do it anyway because sometimes I feel like I have to wear makeup. And you know what? I think I'll make a video about that too, actually, about like you know, why I'm choosing to do that and what caused me to do it in the first place. But yeah, I do want to start wearing less makeup because I think it will help my skin to get better, for one, and two, it can help me to embrace my natural look more, which is something that I've struggled to do in the past. So yeah, those are like a couple of those are all of my goals for the new year. So hopefully I'll be able to, you know, reach some of those goals. But yeah, please comment down below and let me know what your goals are for the new year. And make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to check out my clothing line, Andrea's Clothing, which is all about promoting positive mental health. Don't forget to check out my gaming channel, Golden Blaze 07. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at Golden Blaze 07. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.